Boom, boom, bam. Welcome back. Hello, 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 Grand Rising Kings and Queens, and welcome back to another edition of The Great Debate Show with your host, your favorite uncle in the world, Uncle JJ. And as always, I got something to say. Or, as Cody Rhodes says, what do you want to talk about? Today, I'm talking about this crazy, wild weekend in wrestling. WWE versus AEW. I don't have enough knowledge to talk about AEW, even though I did admit I watched Dynamite this past Wednesday. But they got a big card coming up Saturday, tomorrow afternoon, all in Texas. I ain't watching that. I doubt it. But it probably will be better than WWE's weekend of 3 events. They've got Great American Bash tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Saturday night's main event, and then Sunday they got Evolution 2, the all-women PLE. So a lot going on this weekend in wrestling. I'm here just to give you my predictions for Saturday night's main event and some of the matches that we know of with Evolution. There's only 3 matches that we know for sure for Saturday night's main event tomorrow. The plan is probably tonight to add another match or 2 to that card, and those matches will get booked tonight on SmackDown. I'm here to just say that, look, y'all, I'm trying to be brief with this. I know I said I wasn't going to be live today, but I made a way. As Tommy Strong always said on Martin, it's always a way. Always a way, dog. And so I'm here. I made a way. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. YouTube, I'm live. TikTok, I'm live. And I do this weekdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Okay, Goldberg and Gunther tomorrow night. World Heavyweight Championship. Why is it for the World Heavyweight Championship? We've gotten past all of the bitching and complaining about Goldberg returning and him having a match, a retirement match. We've gotten past all of that. Cena is on his retirement tour. Nikki Bella's back. Trish Stratus is back. Everybody, all the senior citizens are back in the WWE. We've gotten past all of that. The problem is, why would Goldberg be back to face Gunther for the World Heavyweight title? They could have easily let Jey Uso continue to be the World Heavyweight Champion for now. Not that I'm mad that he's not the champion anymore, but they could have did better with it. For them to take that title off of him and put it on Gunther, and Gunther's very first opponent as being the new World Heavyweight Champion again for the second time around is against Goldberg. It's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen. I know you all think this is Goldberg's retirement match, and it is. I think it is. But he's still winning the World Heavyweight Championship, and Gunther is the champion for now just because they didn't want to do Jey Uso like that. Babyface against Goldberg, it doesn't make sense. So they took it off of him, put it on Gunther. This is easy booking, y'all. Triple H is not going to let Gunther win. We all think that Gunther's going to win. Well, a lot of people do. I don't. Gunther's losing this match. Okay, it's the last time I'm going to say it. It doesn't make sense for Gunther to face Goldberg for the title and Gunther wins. Nobody expects him to lose. So what's the big deal? It's because he's losing. Why is he losing? Because Seth Rollins has a Money in the Bank briefcase and he's going to cash it in tomorrow. Now, I thought they were going to maybe wait with that, but no. Naomi's the one who's going to wait to cash her briefcase in. She's gonna cash it in on SummerSlam after Jay beats Tiffany Stratton for the women's WWE Championship. And I'll get to that in a minute. I don't know why they're doing babyface versus babyface, but that's what they're gonna do. And Naomi's gonna cash in on Jade, so her championship run or her championship reign is gonna be just as short as Goldberg's, because Goldberg is going to win the championship. I'm telling you. And it's because they want Seth to cash it in. That's it. Now, the big thing with this is Seth going to win the title when he cashes in? And that's it? That's how the show ends? Or is Roman Reigns going to return tomorrow night to let him know I'm back for you and that World Heavyweight title? That part I don't know. But Roman Reigns is booked for SummerSlam. The thing is, we don't know if he's going to come back now for the SummerSlam build, or is he going to wait until SummerSlam? He may wait till SummerSlam because I can't see why he would come back tomorrow night. I know I've said that he's coming back tomorrow night, but if he came back, then he should come back before Seth Rollins becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. I would let him cash the money in the briefcase. I would let him cash that briefcase in and then interfere in this match so he doesn't win it. You know, I think that they're going to come out and they're going to hurt Goldberg pretty bad. They're probably going to hurt Gunther as well, just so they can, you know, win the title. But I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure if Roman Reigns should be in this equation or not. Do they just let Seth win the title and walk right off into the sunset? Probably so, because LA Knight and Seth has a match too. And I think they may open the show with that match. And I can see Seth winning that match too, gaining the momentum. No. Maybe he loses, because if LA Knight wins, then he has no reason to come interfere with Seth Rollins when he tries to cash in. So LA Knight could win, but I could still see LA Knight losing, even though he doesn't need to lose. But if he loses, he can have a reason to come for Seth Rollins once he's the World Heavyweight Champion. I think that's what they're trying to do anyway. Get LA Knight over to Raw. He's been on there a lot lately. He's got this feud now with Seth Rollins. So that's why I don't like the WWE putting so many people together. You've got Seth Rollins having to deal with LA Knight. He still has to deal with CM Punk. Roman's going to come back at some point for him, because Roman has to come back for Seth Rollins first. I don't know why everybody's saying he's going to come and help Jacob Fatu. He doesn't give a damn about that family thing anymore. That bloodline stuff is over with. He's not coming back for that. Maybe down the road he aligns with Jacob Fatu and whoever else is going to show up. But I just can't see him interfering in that right now. He's got to get his leg back with Seth, just like Punk has been trying to do. So I don't know if Roman's coming back tomorrow night or not. I've said that he has, but after thinking about it more and more, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't come back until SummerSlam, and he screws Seth Rollins in his title match with LA Knight. I can easily see Rollins and LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, and then Roman Reigns appears, messes the match up, causes Seth Rollins to lose. Could Seth Rollins be the champion for 3 weeks only? Yeah, it's possible. And LA Knight could very well be our new World Heavyweight Champion thanks to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's kind of where I'm going with it. And Gunther's the champion again for a second time, only to you know, get humiliated by Goldberg somehow, some way, and then Seth Rollins is going to come in, cash the Money in the Bank briefcase in on Goldberg. That's a bad way for Goldberg to retire, but I don't know. Maybe Goldberg comes back and gives us some type of speech on Monday Night Raw, and that'll be his leaving. But Goldberg is gonna win. I mean, like, Goldberg always wins in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. This is where Saturday night's main event is gonna be, in Atlanta, Georgia. So will Evolution and a Great American Bash, NXT. I just can't see Goldberg losing. 1 is his last match. 2, it's in his hometown. I think he wins, but then the embarrassment will come with the cash in. Maybe Gunther does something first to lay Goldberg out, and then he just walks away like, I'm getting my title back, you know, and he does something to Goldberg and drops him. And then that's when Seth Rollins, and you hear the music, and he comes out. He's also got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They can come out and do something to Goldberg real quick. Probably lay him and Gunther out if Gunther doesn't do it first. Either way, Seth cashes in, and I think he's going to be your World Heavyweight Champion, but it could be short-lived. Now, I would have Roman come back tomorrow night and interrupt Seth from actually winning the World Heavyweight Championship, but if he done that, then Goldberg would still be your champion. So that's why Goldberg wins the championship, but he doesn't leave as the champion. So that's how I'm going to book it. Goldberg wins in Atlanta, in his hometown. If anybody thinks Goldberg is losing, you have to be naive. You have to be stupid. They want you to think that, I'm sure, but again, I asked the question, why make this a World Heavyweight Championship match? Even though Gunther is the champion, it doesn't have to be on the line. You're fighting a guy who is in a retirement match. Why put the title on the line? So he can lose it. Goldberg wins. Seth Rollins comes out, cashes in. Goldberg is the champion for 2 minutes. And end of story. And I think Seth Rollins ends the show with the World Heavyweight Championship and his faction standing next to him. Maybe Braun Breaker kind of looks at that belt like, to tease us. I want that belt. I'm coming for it at some point because Braun Breaker is going to turn on Seth Rollins, and they're going to do it pretty quick, even though they shouldn't. We were just now kind of getting to like this faction that they got right now, if anybody likes it. But Braun Breaker is going to be the one that's going to be babyface. He's going to do the Batista Triple H thing from Evolution back in the day. That's Triple H and his copy-paste booking. So that's how I see it happening. Give me Goldberg winning, and I think that's how they end the show. I think this match will last 2 or 3 minutes because Goldberg looks like he's out of shape. He's in a big sweat by the time he gets to the ring. Well, he wasn't out of breath when he got to the ring on Monday, but he doesn't need to be in a 5-10 minute match. It needs to be 3 minutes at the most. I think that's exactly what they do. Watch what I tell you. Around 8:50 or whatever time it'll be in your area, 9:50 Eastern time. Watch, you'll see it'll be like 10 minutes left in the show before they actually get this thing started, and it'll be quick. Gunther loses somehow. I don't know. Maybe a quick spear. I don't even think Goldberg can do a jackhammer on Gunther right now. He messed his knee up pretty bad training for this retirement match. So I don't even think he tries a jackhammer. I'm going to say it's going to be like 2 or 3 spears that he's going to hit Gunther with from out of nowhere. Gunther's going to sell it pretty good, and he's going to take a dive for a damn near 60-year-old wrestler. But Goldberg is going to win in his hometown. I'm going to read these comments too in a moment. How do I feel about Jake Moody? Is that you mean our kicker? Ice in the building said Bret Hart, best of all time. Sound like my co-host Terrence Smith. But yeah, he is. Wrestling wise, he is. But my GOAT is so much more than just wrestling in the ring. What's up to Bub? Where you been, Bub? He says, yo, I might have $145 worth of baseball cards. Damn, really? Okay. That's what's up, Bub. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. This your Unc, man, JJ. I'm in the building here. Great Debate Show. Giving you a rundown on Saturday night's main event. And I've already predicted one. Goldberg wins over Gunther. He's the World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins cashes in. He becomes the World Heavyweight Champion just like that. And if we see Roman, I don't know why Roman would show up after Seth Rollins wins the title. He should show up before he wins the title. That's the way to do it if you want to really get back at him. But it seems like Seth Rollins is going to win a championship. It just does. So I'm going to say that they're going to win a championship. Seth Rollins is going to win. Again, we may get a slight tease with Braun Breaker looking at that title and Seth Rollins like, I'm coming for that, or I think I may come for that. I don't know. Kind of something like Batista and Triple H. Only thing there is Triple H and Batista, that was a build. That was a good build. We knew it was coming, but it was like, it was so much intensity and it was so much suspense in that whole thing. By the time it happened, it was like, oh, he really is going to do it. They're just going to just put this up on you just like that out of nowhere, which tells you that they got booked into a corner. They only did this to swerve us. They didn't know where they were going behind it. And they've been kind of freestyling this thing as they go. I think that's what it is. They're not the same creative team that has been 6 months ahead of schedule with the booking, like they like to tell us that they are. They were at some point, but they haven't been, I'm going to say, since WrestleMania 40, because it's been getting kind of stale ever since then. So anyway, Gunther loses. Goldberg wins in his hometown, Atlanta, and then Seth cashes in on him. That's a bad way to go out, kind of, but they're going to give Goldberg a moment. That moment just is only going to last for about a couple of minutes. Okay. What else they got? What else we got? What else we got in that match? I mean, that night. tomorrow night. We also have Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. I don't even know why they're having a match. I would love to see them in a match, but not this soon like this. There was no build to it. So I don't really like it. But I'd say that I would think that since Orton is kind of, getting on the edge here lately, and he's not winning matches, he's getting screwed, or he thinks he is, he's mad at Cody for not flinching, and he actually did flinch when he was going to punt Cody's head off at the King of the Ring, at Night of Champions, in that King of the Ring final. All of this stuff, bad things need to continue to happen to Randy Orton in order for him to go back heel. So I think that he needs to lose this match to Drew McIntyre, and then he'll have another reason on SmackDown next week to complain and maybe just snap out and go heel. And I think he'll do that after Cody, if Cody gets his World Heavyweight Championship back. No, that won't happen like that either, because I got a double swerve for SummerSlam, but I'll save that for later. I still think Orton loses. Drew McIntyre just got back, so why would Drew McIntyre lose? I don't think he does. Maybe nobody loses. It's probably a DQ, no contest. I'm not sure how they're gonna do that, but yeah, that's it. Goldberg, Gunther, and McIntyre and Orton. And then there's LA Knight and Seth Rollins. Now, I think they start the show with Seth Rollins and LA Knight. Why? Because they need to get Seth Rollins' match out of the way, because they know how he's going to end the night. And that's coming out with that briefcase, cashing it in, and becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. So I think they start the show with Seth Rollins and LA Knight. I don't know who's going to win, but I'm going to say that LA Knight is going to win. One, because he needs to win. Two, if Seth Rollins is going to be the World Heavyweight Champion by the end of the night, he doesn't necessarily need this win against LA Knight when it's really for nothing. It's just a match that they're having because they're in a little feud here. So I'll say that LA Knight wins, but he still may get attacked after the match. So he'll still have reason to come back for those guys on Monday night on Raw. And that's when we'll start the whole Seth Rollins versus LA Knight feud for SummerSlam. That's how I see them doing this. The only question I have to that is, damn, so you mean to tell me Seth Rollins, Faction, and the Wise Man is only going to be the champion for 3 weeks? Well, if Roman is returning, and if he's not returning to SummerSlam, it sounds like he's going to screw Seth out of his championship, and LA Knight really may finally become our World Heavyweight Champion for a minute, and he'll be on Raw. And that's how I kind of see it. So I'm going to say LA Knight wins, but maybe he gets speared by Braun Breaker. Maybe he takes one tsunami splash or something, and it'll be a reason for LA Knight to still have a beef with these guys, even if he wins. Or he could still lose, and Seth Rollins can carry that momentum that he had from Monday Night Raw, because all three of them really shine on Monday Night Raw. It really doesn't matter who wins these matches, though. I don't think either one could get buried. And I think the WWE focused too much on being safe, not letting some of their baby faces or heels lose matches. So I'm about to get to Roman. I thought Roman was coming back tomorrow night. But if Seth Rollins is going to be the champion, maybe not tomorrow night. Maybe they save Roman for SummerSlam. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship. That feud will continue after this match tomorrow night. Regardless of who wins, LA Knight something has to happen for LA Knight to still have a beef with Seth and his faction. So I think that'll continue until August 2nd, August 3rd. We get the SummerSlam match. And yeah, I think Roman is gonna cause Seth to lose. And Roman still may leave right after that, because he's only here for a minute. He's got a movie to do. So he's gonna be in and out. It sounds like it. So I don't know. Maybe they'll run that Seth and LA feud for a while. LA Knight wins the title at SummerSlam, and he may lose it back to Seth at the next PLE after SummerSlam. I don't know. It's hard to really guess or predict what they're going to do, because they're doing a lot of things stupid. The booking is kind of backwards, and they put people in too many feuds. Like, it's just too much going on. Seth has got to deal with LA Knight, CM Punk, Roman Reigns will come back for him. That's just a lot. Penta. Now, there's a dirt sheet out there saying that Penta is going to have a World Heavyweight Championship match versus Gunther after Saturday night's main event at some live event. What event? I don't know what that could be. I think that was purposely leaked because they want you to think that Goldberg is going to lose, as he should, but he won't. I don't buy that one bit, and the timing of that leak that's coming out right now just doesn't make sense. Like when they said a few weeks ago that Drew McIntyre was going to be out for a little longer than we expected, what did I tell you all? I said Drew McIntyre is coming back real soon because they just said he wasn't coming back. They got to stop doing that. They don't fool us with that. And Triple H tries to fool us so much. That's why he hits us with these swerves that look good when it happens, but because it doesn't really make any sense, they have nowhere to go from behind it. They just did it to piss us off or to make us think we really don't know what we're doing or what we're talking about. And that is going to be Triple H's downfall as far as being head of creative. Stop trying to trick us so damn much and just book a good wrestling show. All right, so again, that's the 3 matches. I don't have any other matches for Saturday night's main event right now. That's all they gave us. They will add another match or two, whether it be Jacob Fatu going against one of Solo's guys in his family faction, and maybe a tag team match or something like that. That'll be how they'll add it, but you got to watch SmackDown tonight for them to add those matches. That's what they're doing it for. That's all I got for Saturday night's main event. Seth Rollins will be your new World Heavyweight Champion by the end of tomorrow's night show. Now let's get to Evolution, which is Sunday. I don't know NXT's card. I don't watch NXT enough. I'm sorry. If y'all do like NXT, let me know. Talk to me. And maybe I will start watching it and giving y'all the scoop on it. But Evolution, you've got Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Jade's not losing because she's going to keep that momentum going and keep winning until she becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, the Women's WWE Champion, because she's going to face Tiffany Stratton. The Queen of the Ring winner gets a chance to face the WWE Women's Champion, and that's Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. She's going to beat Tiffany Stratton. I don't think that they should have done that, babyface versus babyface. But anyway, hopefully it's a decent match. When they get done with that match, Naomi's going to cash in her money in the bank. They're saving hers for SummerSlam. She's going to be the SmackDown Women's WWE Champion. So Jade is going to beat Naomi Sunday at Evolution, which is going to make it even sweeter when Naomi cashes in on Jade at SummerSlam. You've also got Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's going to be the champion. We know Trish Stratus is not winning. Boring too, might I add. There's another match. I think there's going to be like this 4-way tag team match or something for the number 1 contender for the women's tag team championship. I'm sorry. It is going to be for the tag team championship. Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and I don't know the other 2 tag teams. Forgive me. They just threw this card together, y'all. Either way, I still think the Judgment Day ladies will still be tag team champions at the end of the night. What else do we got? Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley's going to get the title back, I believe. She's like 0-5 against Io Sky, so she's got to win at some point, right? I think she will this weekend. And now they can get back to putting Io Sky on television more, and she can do something meaningful on television because Lord knows they haven't done shit with her since she's been the champion. This is just Triple H saying, all right, y'all, I gave her the championship. Y'all happy? No, we're not, because you didn't do anything with her. Her championship run was no different from Swerve Strickland being the World Heavyweight Champion in AEW. The only difference is they made Swerve work his ass off, and he had a match like every week for nothing. Just a fighting champion. But the WWE, they're the complete opposite of a fighting champion. You literally don't fight at all once you win the championship. You literally don't have any feuds with anyone. No storyline while you're the champion. They got to get rid of Triple H, man. He's not doing a good job with this booking. I know I'm hard on him a lot with how he doesn't push enough black superstars. He doesn't push a lot. He doesn't push a lot of other superstars as well. He's been fucking LA Knight for years because he doesn't like him. He's had Ludwig Kaiser in the what's the word again? when you're being punished? He's been getting punished for a few months now, since that WrestleMania build with his girlfriend Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, all because he clapped back at Charlotte Flair on Twitter. He's been getting punished ever since. Now he's got a mask, and he's the new El Grande Americana. Just stupid stuff, man. The things that he does with Chad Gable, stupid, not pushing these people. So he does a lot of people wrong, not just the black people. And they got to get rid of him. They got to get rid of him. Anyway, did I say everything? Oh, Becky Lynch may lose her Intercontinental title because she's got a movie to do also. Just like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns with the Street Warriors. Becky Lynch is doing some type of movie that she just got booked for. They did the casting. So I could see her losing. Maybe Lyra Valkyria gets her title back. But then again, on the other hand, maybe they put it on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria really snaps out and she makes her heel turn complete. That's how they'll do it. Instead of making Valkyria a two-time Intercontinental Women's Champion, it probably makes sense to put it on Bayley and let her and Lyra Valkyria continue their feud. And she goes full heel, Lyra Valkyria, and Becky Lynch will be going back away for a moment to do this movie. And I don't know. If I'm missing anything, forgive me, but this card was just thrown together, as I said, and I ain't really got much else. There's a battle royal or something like that, and Nikki Bella is going to be in it. We may see, what's her name? AJ Lee may actually return as CM Punk's wife, real life wife. She may be back. That's a rumor. But then again, that's kind of been a rumor for a while. So Saraya or Paige actually may make her WWE return in this battle royal. Lita may also be there in this battle royal. You know, just bringing these superstars back for the evolution and the whole women's movement of the PLE thing that they're doing. Is there anybody else that could possibly show up? AJ Lee would be the breaking news, and Paige, if she returns. Will she return as Paige or Saraya? That'll be the interesting news there. So yeah, you could see a few. What's up, Kareem? How you doing, brother? All good. I'm about to start reading these comments. I just wanted to get all of that out of the way because this is a jam-packed wrestling weekend, and it's almost too much for people to keep up with. If you watch both, I feel for you because it's going to be hard for you to keep up with AEW Saturday afternoon. Great American Bash NXT is also Saturday afternoon. Saturday night's main event also that night. There's 3 events in one day. Evolution. And I think they done that intentionally just to tell people stop asking for it. You see how bad it did? We're not doing it again. But it's only bad because you just threw that shit together. And then Saturday again, like I said, Saturday night's main event and NXT Great American Bash should be airing around the same time as AEW All In. Now, the only thing I can tell you about All In is that Mercedes Moné will be the new women's AEW World Champion. She's going to be Toni Storm, and she will have about 25 fucking belts. Everybody calls her Mercedes Hogan. Well, then you should know she's not losing. They had a great promo Wednesday night, I'm not going to lie. Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. Dynamite wasn't bad, but I don't know the whole card to give my predictions. And the only other prediction I can give you is Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley, the Death Riders. One of the main reasons why I don't watch AEW anymore. Hopefully that comes to an end Saturday, and Page will be the new champion, and he'll take that title, keep it for about 90 days or so, and then he'll give it to Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland or somebody like that, hopefully. Then again, Moxley could still win because he wants to be the Roman Reigns in AEW, even though we know damn well that's not even a debate. But other than that, I don't know. Good luck if you watch AEW. I hope you enjoy. I hope it's a good show. That's it for the predictions. I think Gunther loses, Goldberg wins, Seth Rollins cashes in. Now I'm gonna read these comments and catch up, and then I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 wrestling entrances of all time. My top 5, and this is in honor of Goldberg in his retirement match tomorrow night. He definitely will make the list. I can tell you that. Who the other 4 will be, though, you'll be surprised, and you probably won't like it. I'm going to give you the people that was my wild card pick, who almost made the cut. Then I'll give you the 5 who made the cut. Okay. Kareem Cheese in the building said, what's good, bro? Long time no see. Hope all is well with you, King. Hope you're doing good. When are you going to do an NBA live stream? Man, NBA is kind of dead right now with NBA is kind of dead right now. Now, go back and check out. This is why I say I can tell if y'all are subscribed or not. If you're subscribed, Kareem, you should be able to see that video from yesterday. I did about 2 or 3 live streams. As soon as I finished the regular live stream that I do at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, weekdays, I had to come right back about 20 minutes later and drop the news on OKC extending Jalen Williams with the rookie max contract extension. And I reported that all 3 of those guys now have their extensions and they're paid. They got the bag, and OKC Thunder has spent $822 million. So I came back and talked about that. LeBron possibly getting traded to the Knicks or the Spurs. That's a developing story that I got yesterday. And then also some people seem to think that in the live stream, some people said that what if he stayed in LA but just went to the Clippers? And I'm like, well, why would the Clippers trade for LeBron, though? It just doesn't make any sense. So it probably won't happen. But I think that's just a theory that people are coming up with to keep him in LA, but away from the Lakers. So I did a live stream yesterday, Kareem. Go back and check those videos out, please. And subscribe to The Great Debate Show. Hit the notification bell. TikTok, hit the follow button. Okay? All right, let me catch up with some people here. I want to say grand rising to everyone. Hope all of y'all are having a fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining me, Rick Leith Jr., Poppin' Molly. Thank you for joining. Hello from Texas. Love that you're a fellow Niner fan. I sure am. I sure am. And you got good taste. Lassie P in the building. AJ Lee and Paige would feed families. Would feed families. Do you think they're coming back, Lassie? I think they are. Jay in the building. Said leader from the old school. She sure is. Will you watch All In? Says Kobe Wan. I doubt it. But then again, maybe. But I doubt it. Well, I may try to watch it, man. I just refuse to pay for their pay-per-views when they put together bad shows building up to the pay-per-view. But it didn't look bad the last 2 Dynamites that I watched. I saw Scorpio Sky came back. I got Max and I looked at it and I saw Collision from last week. He came back. He looks better than ever. I hope they do something with him, though, like put him on TV next week again. We'll see about that. But I'm just kind of looking, you know what I'm saying, with one eye open and one closed. One foot in the door, the other one on the banana peel. Because I expect them to do what they normally do, and that's dumb stuff. So I don't know if I'll watch it or not. We'll see. But thank you for the question, Kobe. Stephen Provost in the building says grounded. Lassie P, bang, bang, Super Bowl season. Man, I hope so, Lassie. Damn, I hope so. Danny Marino says, okay, what are you doing today? How are you doing today, man? I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Danny? Hope all is well. Steel Dre in the building. And he shared the live stream. Thank you, brother. That's what I need more of, sharing the live stream. Chris Fields in the building. Caleb Weller in the building. I'm going to Saturday night's main event, and I'm not paying for the tickets. That's good for you, Caleb. Damn. How did you pull that off? If you don't mind me asking, Caleb. I would love to go for free. Are you a part of the media? Do you podcast? And if so, could you please tell me how you pulled that off? Because I send them emails and they just don't respond. I tried it for Bad Blood when I went to Bad Blood back in October of last year in Atlanta. That's when this whole Goldberg Gunther stuff popped off, and then they just went away from it. But I think that's because Goldberg got injured. And so they had to stretch it, and now they're doing it now. And that's when The Rock showed up and put up 3 fingers, cutthroat, and left. And then we didn't know what the hell that was about. But yeah, they didn't hit me back. So if you could tell me, Caleb, please, I'd appreciate it. And good, and congrats that you're going to be there for free. 8, Jess West, 24 says, love the belts and the Steve pick. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. This not Cam says Niners. All right. Gonzo in the building. He says it's all BS. Fast Good says OBA. Oh, Oba. Probably Obafemi. What he's talking about. Then again, Obafemi doesn't have much left to accomplish on NXT. No, he doesn't. That's why he should be leaving. That's a lot of those people. Trick Williams. None of those people have anything left to prove or to accomplish in NXT. But they're stalling to put them on the main roster because, I don't know, they're busy glazing the hell out of all of the Samoans and Seth Rollins and his faction right now. So they don't really have the room for them in that crowded roster that they have that they're doing nothing with. Trayvon Jones, thank you for joining. Gonzo 14 in the building. Riley Gaming is back. Thank you, brother. How you doing, man? I'll be counting the days until Karrion Kross wins the world title. You're going to be doing a lot of counting, man. But they are trying to do something with him, it seems. Maybe. When is he going to have a damn match on Raw? Leo says, when does Roman come back? I thought it was going to be tomorrow night. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm trying to come up with some smart booking here, some smart fantasy booking. And in order for me to do that, Roman probably doesn't need to come back just yet. I've got some news too about Roman Reigns, and I'm about to share with you in a minute about his comeback or his new look or new identity that I just heard about. And Seth Rollins takes it. Goldberg wins the title. Yes, Gonzo, you're absolutely correct. When does John Cena turn good again? SummerSlam, I think. They are going to do Matt Cardona versus LA Knight soon. I don't want to see that. Says the Indie God. And Goldberg. Gonzo and Goldberg. Go Niners. NA McIntyre wins. I do think McIntyre wins because they're trying to get Orton to go back heel. So he'll lose some type of way where he's tired of getting screwed and he's going to snap out. Riley Gaming says, at Tom Brady, bro. If Danny DeVito was in a match, who would he go against? I have no idea, T. Brady. No idea. Danny DeVito, Rey Mysterio. Tank 420 back in the building. What's up, Tank? Hope all is well. He said, Jay Uso. What about Jay Uso? Bang, bang, Niner gang. We winning this year, says Gonzo. I hope so. TG3. What's up? Tom and Jerry. Warriors have made 0 signings. Yeah, but did you hear the Warriors reconsidered trading for LeBron James? That came out this morning, the report, according to The Athletic. I saw it on Bleacher Report this morning. The Warriors considered trading for LeBron. I don't know what made them change their mind, but that's what they said. Forrest Smith on YouTube says, what up, bro? What's up with you, man? Happy Friday. Tom and Jerry, thank you for the comment, though. Tank 420 says, bang, bang. How do you feel about Jake Moody? He's terrible. They ain't cut him yet. Ice, Bret Hart, best of all time. Wrestling he is. Juan Fisher, a lot of wrestlers don't like Goldberg in real life. Why not? Why not? Is he antisocial or something? Does he not like people like Brock Lesnar? Mason says, I own you. Mason, like, bro? Okay. I don't really understand what Mason's talking about right now. I'm here for wrestling, says Riley, and that's what I'm talking about. Are you talking about Marvel? No, I'm not talking about Marvel, Mason. Ice, we should sign Keenan Allen. I agree, because BA might not be ready. He may start the season on the PUP list. Goldberg wins but cashes in. How do you feel about Jake Moody again? Okay, yep, Goldberg takes a few tsunamis. Bret Hart will be drinking champagne, glass after glass, says Drake. Yeah, he is going to take a few tsunamis. He will. That's how they're going to cash that sucker in. Who was your first ever fantasy football pick? Mine was Matt Forte. I've never played fantasy football. But thank you for the comment, the crew. I always say I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it this year, and I just never have done it. If Seth Rollins becomes champion, just give up. He's going to become the champion. Says Seth Messer-Smith. Thank you for the comment, Seth. Sean says, go Birds. What up, Austin? What up, Seth again? My Eagles own anyone? Down goes the ring general, says still DRE. Yep. Brandon Scott. Yep, I've been thinking the same thing. He's talking about the wrestling. Austin says, I hope Rollins cashes in. Zach says the Eagles on the Niners. JD said, you made my day yesterday about Patrick Mahomes. Well, thank you. Glad I did. Thank you, JD. Juan Lopez says, Cowboys, baby. Iceman Slim, too. You sound like him, too. Bacon in the building. Juan Lopez. Juan, Mace, Iceman Slim, thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Luke Glenn in the building. Kenley Sellers joined. Thank y'all, man. All right, I think I'm caught up. Even though after I get off of this, I still see that I missed like 100 comments. I don't understand that. I literally just went through everything, but I'll see a whole lot of more comments when I sign off. I don't get that. Cowboy Lou says Seth Rollins lives in Playa Vista, California. I seen him at work. At work? Is that where the beach house is that they had burglarized the other day? Monday, while they were doing Monday Night Raw, he and Becky Lynch had their spot burglarized somewhere around 3 a.m. in the morning. Boy, I tell you, these people, man, I know it's hard out here, but damn, never have I thought about taking anything from anyone. And I like my life too, though, so, you know, I don't want anybody to murder me, because you definitely can get murdered. Try taking something from me and see. I hate when people do stuff like that, man. But that's what's been going on a lot now. They've been hitting these celebrities, these superstars, and I know a lot of regular people out there like myself are probably saying, all right, well, better them than me, but still, though, that's not cool. Hey, Bailey Breakdown is in the building. What's up, man? Where you been? He said, hot take. All right, let me brace myself for this one. I think the Niners are 11-16, but they will lose in the divisional round in the playoffs. That's what everybody probably would predict. That's an easy prediction. The only thing I can say to counter that is that the 49ers, and I've said this before all week, the 49ers do not go to the playoffs and, you know, like, they're not one of those teams that'll get there and they're one and done. They go to the playoffs and they go all the way to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game. They go that far. Or they just miss the playoffs, period. That's what they've been doing under Kyle Shanahan. So, but good take, Bailey Breakdown. Thank you for coming back to the Great Debate Show. I'm here noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific weekdays. Now, since I read the comments, let me go ahead and get into my top 5 wrestling entrances of all time. This list, for me, nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to agree with it, but it's just my list. Y'all can give me yours as well. But this list is coming from basically the wrestling music, the theme music, the wrestler itself, the entrance, how they do it, the presentation of it, if I like it, if it, you know, the swag, do they have any aura? All of that plays a part as to why these people made my list. Now, first I want to give you the 5 people that didn't make the list, because I've got a wild card and then I've got the actual 5. Ric Flair, one of my favorites of all time, rocked that belt right there better than anybody. He almost made my list, but I couldn't, because when I look at the other entrance musics, his is just so bland. It's just so vanilla, but it's still classic. But Ric Flair almost made the list. CM Punk, Cult of Personality, I love it. And it's a black band. I'm sorry, I gotta be biased a little bit on that. I love it. I love Punk, and he almost made the list. I'll explain why he didn't, but he's my wild card. The Rock, his heel entrance, not just the final boss entrance, but, you know, back in 03 when he first did it. He left and came back and he was like, y'all booed me, and he was, you know, like almost bald, but he just had the little bald fade that he was rocking. That was a good heel turn, and that entrance was good. He had the vest, he would walk out slowly. That almost made my list. Trish Stratus almost made my list, and I had to throw her in here because, well, she's going to be at Evolution on Sunday night for the WWE All-Women's PLE. Lil' Kim was one of my favorite female artists of all time. She's the one who did the music for Trish Stratus. It's time to rock and roll. That's right on me. I love Trish back then, not now, but back then. So yeah, I thought I'd put her on there too, but she just didn't quite make the list. Okay, moving on. One more that could have made the list almost, but didn't quite make it. Mark Henry. My boys, 3-6 Mafia did the music from Memphis, Tennessee, right here. Memphis legends. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody gonna get their wig split. Somebody gonna get that Hall of Fame. That Hall of Pain thing that Mark Henry had going on was the best that's the best run that he ever had in his 20-something year run in the WWE. That music hit hard. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. So those are the ones that are my wild card, and they almost made the list. All right, so are y'all ready for my top 5 that did make the list? Bailey Breakdown. The reason I haven't been tuning in to your live streams lately is because of basketball. I've been playing basketball. Oh, okay, cool. Good stuff, Bailey. What position are you playing? And are you any good? Will I be actually covering you one day in the game? I don't know. Holla at me. But you're excused, man. Even if you miss the live streams, like I said, if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, you can still catch those live streams after you get done playing ball. No problem at all. So subscribe to the channel and you won't miss a beat. Okay. What's up, Chocolate Bear? In the building. Chocolate Bear /2some. I like that. He said, no lie. He also said, good brother, you know you gotta be really for this weekend of wrestling. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy weekend wrestling, man, for real. Jeffrey Mackey, do you like Roman Reigns? I do. I do now. I used to hate him. Now I love him. Breeze or Rogers? Rogers. D40 man says facts. Thank you. Who is favorite WWE superstar right now? Says Jeffrey Mackey. Right now or all time? If you're talking right now, I don't know if I even have one, to be honest with y'all, man. I'm just watching because it had got good for a minute when I came back in 22. Was it 21 or 22? 22, basically. And 23 was good. And then after WrestleMania 40, it's kind of gotten stale again. But Roman was my favorite when I came back. When I saw what they were doing, I saw the T-shirt in God's mode and stuff, and I saw Paul Heyman, while he was putting the belt up and the pyro was hitting, and Paul Heyman is looking like this. I'm like, damn, they treat this brother like he's God. I love it. And that's why I was like, how long has this been going on? And I asked my co-host, and T said, they've been doing it for over a year now or so. I told you you've been missing out. And I'm like, yeah, but every time I look at it, it looks like it's garbage. But that was the one good thing, and then things started to get better when Triple H took over. And Triple H did do a good job for a minute, but now he's doing a terrible job. So Roman, I guess, is my favorite superstar, but I think he's leaving after WrestleMania 42. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Roman in a minute because he's coming back with a new identity, according to the dirt sheets. He's not going to be the same Roman Reigns. They're switching it up. So maybe Roman Reigns is going to do another contract. Maybe he's not going to leave just yet. Or maybe this is just for now until next spring. Because I think his contract does expire at the end of WrestleMania 42. We'll see what happens there. Looks like he's about to be a movie star. He's about to be the next one to go to Hollywood. Becky Lynch is starting to do that as well. And Alexa Bliss is going to leave for Hollywood pretty soon because they just love her. And I love her too, but she's not going to be around much longer. That's why I hate she had this injury. Okay, let me get to the list. I think I've caught up with everybody's comments. It's next to LMU, says Cowboy Lou. Okay. Gilgis Alexander, Holmgren, Jalen Williams, new name for them, the Cash App Connection. Good one, Steel Dre. Yeah, I talked about all those guys yesterday getting paid. They are living it up, boy. They are having a great year. 2025 has been great. Okay, they love in the building says, I'm a Grizzly and a 49ers fan. Okay, what's up? That's what's up. That's what's up. Great minds think alike. Johnny says, go Birds. David in the building. What's up? Faithful to the what? Um, I don't know, David. I'm not faithful to the 49ers if that's what you're hinting at. I don't do that faithful 49er shit. I'm just a 49er fan. If I gotta say I'm a faithful just for you to believe it, I don't give a shit. And that's why I lose a lot of Niner fans because of just silly stuff like that. I don't drink Fireball, and I don't do that faithful stuff. And I don't like Kyle Shanahan. That doesn't mean I ain't a fan. We just don't agree with a lot of stuff. Lassie P, AJ Lee. Oh, yeah, I read that already. Okay, I'm caught up. Let's get it. Yeah, y'all might see AJ Lee. Y'all might see Lita. You may see, you're going to see Nikki Bella. But AJ Lee and Paige, that would be the holy shits of the night. If you get any holy shits. Or some This Is Awesome, it's going to be when those two ladies show up. And we may get AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch somewhere down the road, which is what I actually fantasy booked months ago. Okay. Sup, fam. Realistic Niners, over, under, 9 wins, over. Thank you for the comment, Kate. Wait a minute, KNBR? That's not the real... KNBR's radio station where the Niners, you can catch Niner games out in the Bay Area. So I had to... That was funny. Are you out there, man, in the Bay or what? I got to get back to the Bay Area, man. So much love out there. So much love. And so beautiful and weather's so nice. Okay, we got a Rams fan in the building that says, the kid shoots. He says, I'm a Rams fan. Okay. Rams have been to just as many Super Bowls as the 49ers in the past 27 years. Only difference is we have 2 Super Bowl wins. You're absolutely right, the kid shorts. And that is true. The only difference is, as far as Super Bowls, is that y'all still only have 2 and we have 5. Now, I'm not the type to brag about that, but since you wanted to come in here and troll a little bit, then I had to hit you with a counter. You're absolutely right, but we got 5. That's still greater than 2. Now, again, I just came on here yesterday and said I'm not the one to talk about what we have done in the past, because that was over 30 years ago since we won our last Super Bowl. But when you come in here and say that, yeah, then I gotta say 5 is still better than 2. But thank you for your comment. The kid shoots. Now, I'm about to shoot right now. I'm about to shoot this top 5 list at you. Number 5. He said, it's okay. That's a good counter. Thank you. But, hey, the Rams are back again, and that's why I hate Kyle Shanahan, because he's let Sean McVay win a Super Bowl, go to rebuild. Well, they didn't rebuild. They reset, and they're actually back again as a Super Bowl contender. And we've been to 2 Super Bowls since that time has happened and didn't win either one. So, now Sean McVay has lost a Super Bowl now. And he actually should have lost the last one against the Bengals. But that's neither here nor there. The Bengals had them beat. But, hey, they didn't win. I would much rather have your head coach over mine, though. Would you be willing to trade? I doubt it. Okay, let's get to this list, man. If y'all will let me get to the list. Should be 6 ATP. Oh, 6 at this point. Okay, you mean my list? Let's go Niners, says Dakota Clayton. What's up, Dakota? What's up, Lucas? Hope all is well. What's up, Sandbox23? Thank y'all for joining me. Okay, I'm finna get to this list. Number 5 is MVP. Yep, MVP. MVP, really good. Really good. Oh, Saraya just did an interview with somebody, with Chris Van Vliet. Sure did. On returning to WWE as Paige, she talked about her neck injury and things like that. Yeah, Paige is going to be back in WWE Sunday night. I would not be surprised at all if she's back. Won't be surprised at all. Just wanted to say that because I just saw something that popped up. Yeah, does anybody think that Goldberg is really going to lose in his hometown? I don't. But y'all, if AJ Lee comes up, if AJ Lee pops out, she's going to get a pop. Man, she's going to get a pop. Okay. Again, number 5, MVP. Why? I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, it's the nostalgia for me. He had the aura. He had swag. Remember that big fist on the Titantron on SmackDown back in the day? MVP would hit that what you call it, pop out that curtain, boom, right on beat. United States title around his waist. One half of the tag team titles on this video I'm looking at right now. MVP. Yeah, man, give me MVP. I'm coming. Nobody can stop me. I'm coming. I'm here to do my thing. Silk the Shocker wasn't a good rapper, but he did smash that song. That was a good song. MVP, Mr. 305, Mr. Ballin'. Yeah, that was good. So give me MVP for number 5. He had all the things that requires to make my list. The swag / aura, the look, the charisma, the entrance music has to be good. And you know, like your entrance. The theme needs to be good, and so does the entrance. Everything that MVP did in 2007 and forward on, to me it was great. I was debating on him or Mark Henry. Somebody gonna get their ass whooped, but I went with MVP. He's my number 5. I know y'all ain't gonna like my list, but yeah, MVP is number 5. My number 4. Let me see if I can play this for y'all real quick. It's pretty easy and simple. I could just say it's one person, but I'd rather say everybody because they all came out to the music. So let's get there. Let's get there. Here we go. My number 4 on the list, far as wrestling interests of all time goes. Okay, come on now. Come on, y'all. It was one of the best heel turns of all time. It was one of the best heel runs of all time. And I hated him. But the only time I didn't hate him was during this heel turn. I'm just trying to get the music going. Okay, that's not it. I did all that for nothing. That's not the right one. Damn it. Here we go.
But what a cowardly display by Kevin Nash on a guy 1/5 the size, Rey Mysterio. From behind. No doubt. Rey wants to get revenge on 6. Member of the New World Order. Course,
number 4.
What a sleazeball.
The NWO. Whether it was Hollywood Hogan, whether it was Scott Hall, you know, whether it was Kevin Nash, Dennis Rodman, I don't give a damn who it was. That was the best. Yeah. NWO is my number 4. Greatest interests of all time. NWO for life. Too sweet. Rest in peace, man, to Scott Hall, man. Rest in peace to Scott Hall. I can't do it. My elbow's hurting pretty good right now. My arm's hurting. But you know, he used to hit that shit. He used to hit it like nobody else. 5 is MVP. 4 is NWO as a whole. That black and white, that first entrance. The Wolfpack was cool too. That music was cool. Free C Murder, if he's innocent like they say he is. He did the music for the Wolfpack NWO. But yeah, give me Hollywood Hogan and NWO black and white. That music. Remember Dennis Rodman when he was supposed to be practicing for the NBA Finals in '98, and he was doing WCW Monday Nitro shows and shit. Him and Karl Malone. That was classic stuff. Give me NWO number 4 or Hollywood Hogan, however way you want to put it. Okay? We narrowing it down here. Narrowing it down. Number 3. Who do you think number 3 is gonna be? Let me see what y'all thinking so far. Big Boss Man says, "Go Cowboys." Big Boss Man, I like that. Rip the To the big boss man too. Dale Mize, Mizzy, thank you for joining. Steel Dre, what do you think about all of the fight talk between Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather? I think Floyd Mayweather has found another way to make a lot of damn money. And it won't even be entertaining to watch. That's what I think. They'll have another match. Maybe Roy Jones needs it, and Floyd Mayweather is just trying to fuck with him. I don't know. All is well. Just got the college football 26, says Lucas. Damn, already? You mean pre-ordered, or is it's really out? I ain't even played 25 enough, man, to be honest with you. Yo, Christian Gonzalez or Trent McDuffie? What do you think of the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? Trash. Trash. Yep, okay. The Kid Shoots says, I always got his theme song mixed up with Mark Henry. He's talking about MVP, I believe. A little bit before my time. Okay, the Kid Shoots must be the kid. He must be really a kid. I think you're probably going to give Undertaker some love. No, unfortunately, I'm not. He's on my Mount Rushmore, but entrance, I used to kind of get tired of that. Like, they didn't get stale to y'all after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I was like, come on, get to the ring. No, Undertaker is not making my top 5 entrance list. I'm sorry. He's on my Mount Rushmore, though. But the entrance, nah, not so much. It's good, it's cool. But these are the ones that I have put above it now. But good comment, though. I also think you're going to give John Cena some love. I am not. He's the last person I'm going to give love to. I hate his music. Always have. Always have. No, I'm not going to do it. Let's see here. Okay, my number three. If y'all want me to stop playing their music, I can. There's no issue. I just kind of want to give everybody a reminder of why I'm picking them so they can like hear it on why it's good. Here's my number 3 in the WWE. Number 3. I know y'all gonna hate this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only one hell going to be on SmackDown this night, but so will this man.
It's so real to me. Everything has come to light. Edge, one of my top, like, he was in my top 10 until he went to AEW. I'm not gonna lie. Edge, the rated R superstar, the things that he did with Lita, the live sex show celebrations, the going in Cena's house and slapping his father, the Vicky Guerrero stuff when she was general manager of SmackDown, how he was using her like we haven't used a woman at some point in our life when we were younger, just to get what we want, the same things that they've done to us. It was just great heel work. So he made this entrance. I mean, he made my top 5 entrance because he had the aura. In my opinion, he did. I know a lot of people say he never drew a dime, but he did for me. Edge, I've got his DVDs and all of that. He rocked this title belt just as good as anybody. The pyro was cool, the entrance was cool, and the music from Alter Bridge was even better. So give me Edge at number 3 as far as top 5 entrances go. Yep. Now, I will agree with Steel Dre. The American Badass entrance was pretty good for The Undertaker, and I actually liked that more because I got tired of the same old I was glad they went to the American Badass. That told me that I was right. That told me that Undertaker was tired of rolling his eyes in the back of his damn head and, you know, like being in caskets and slowly saying rest in peace and taking his time getting to the ring in the big old trench coat. The American Badass is the real Mark Calloway, and he showed you that on his damn bike, just a big freak out of Texas that can whoop some ass. That was good. Unfortunately, it just couldn't make my list though. Let's see here. What's up, man? Beige shirt. Okay, Rey Mysterio, best entrance, says Rico. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh, no, not Rey Mysterio either. He doesn't do it for me either. JD said, I love your videos. Thank you, JD. Thank you. It's hard to predict what you're going to pick. MVP, NWO, now Edge. No idea what 2 and 1 will be. Yeah, man, you got to see. I'm all over the place, ain't I? I'm going to tell you who almost made the cut, too. I forgot. Batista. I'm tripping. But I didn't want to take MVP off the list. I had to have one brother on the list. And it was between him and Mark Henry. I had to have one black superstar on that list, but Batista probably should have been my number 5. Batista had a great theme song, and he had a great entrance. He had great pyro, and I don't know about aura, but he's just a big dude that would whoop your ass. And he was intimidating enough, so everything that he did on his way to the ring, and yeah, he was good too. Batista's was good too. I'm sorry you didn't make the list, Batista, but you probably should have. All right, 5 is MVP. 4 NWO, 3 is Edge. Who on earth would be my number 2? Who could it be? Who do y'all think I'm gonna go with here? Any wild guesses? I'll tell you who. In honor of Goldberg's retirement match tomorrow night, how can he not make this list? Bill Goldberg, number 2 on the list. How can he not make the list? He's got like 30 security guards, sheriff, deputies, policemen, all strapped, knocking on his door saying, come on, we got a match. And he comes out that damn locker room and he got that big gold around his waist. I'm looking at the old Halloween Havoc, 97 or 98. One of his best entrances of all time. He's got like 30 or 40 strapped men that all strapped with him coming out, escorting him to the ring from the locker room all the way through Gorilla, all the way to the ring. And then to make it even better, he's got all the pyro popping and the smoke hitting his ass and the pyro popping on him, and he's just standing there in that shit. And then he just and it looked like he smoked a Philly blunt or some shit because everything is coming out of his nose, coming out of his mouth, and he's just, that was the shit. So I know what y'all thinking. But Uncle Jay, you said you hate Goldberg. You said he was like one of your worst. That's true. But you're missing one point. I said Goldberg is the worst when they ring the bell. When they ring the bell. But everything that he does before they ring the bell is damn near goated. Not gonna lie. He just has you ready. You know? After watching this entrance, it's almost like, shh, man, I'm going in there. I'm finna fight too. You know? You want to actually, that's what he does. So Goldberg is my number 2. Number 2. How's it going, Vince? Vince Garcia been rocking with me all week, man. I appreciate it. Austin is in the building liking the video. Thank you, Austin. Thank you for the kind words, JD. Bailey Breakdown. The Kid Shoot says Triple H. Nah, man. Triple H did not make the list, unfortunately. And I used to love Triple H. I loved him a lot more back then than I do now. Everybody was hollering The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. I was like, yeah, but Triple H is that damn good. Nobody wanted to hear that shit. But I was just a heel guy growing up. Bailey Breakdown. I am one of your younger viewers, and your streams are great. Thank you, man. The reason I watch your streams because you are one of the people that I can actually agree with. Thank you again. Bailey Breakdown, thank you. Thank you so much. So number 5, again, was MVP. 4, NWO. 3, Edge. 2, Goldberg. Now that only leaves us with 1, and it will not be The Undertaker. It will not be John Cena. It will not be, who was the other one that you said? Triple H. No, it won't. It will not. Well, I know what you're thinking. Well, who? Who will it be then? I'm about to let you know right now. And I mean, it's pretty simple for me. I used to hate him. Now I love him. That ain't easy to do, to get me to go from hating you to loving you. But Hogan did that too. He had that effect. I didn't love Hogan, but I did love Hollywood Hogan. Way better than I ever loved Say Your Prayers and Eat Your Vitamins. I hated that shit. I hated it. I hated Hogan. My brother used to love Hogan. You know, like loved him. And I'm like, man, he's terrible. Ric Flair, whoop his ass. Didn't happen, but anyway, my number one entrance of all motherfucking time. I think I just kind of gave it away to y'all just then. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit that button like that, but the greatest entrance of all time, in my opinion. Some say he may be the greatest of all time. Acknowledging. Goosebumps, don't it? Hey man, call me a mark, call me whatever. It's okay to feel like a kid again for a moment, every now and then. It's okay to be a kid again and watch wrestling. The Tribal Chief, in my opinion, greatest entrance of all time. Absolutely the greatest. He went from my worst to my first. Now I'll explain why he's my number one. And can we give Samantha Irvin her props when she was doing her thing? She was the fucking GOAT. Listen to her. Roman's trying so hard not to smile, not to laugh and break character. He's trying so hard. If you can see the video I'm looking at. Because he knows, like, she's killing me. Yeah, Roman said, check the facts, check the stats. I'm the one. Okay, now why am I saying Roman is number one when I used to hate him when he was the big dog? I hated that shit and I stopped watching because of it. CM Punk left in 14. I didn't give a damn about the Shield in 14 and 15. And I was like, I don't care about no damn big dog. This is terrible. Randy Orton burn in my lights is my number one entrance. Hey, Randy Orton definitely is another person that could have made my list. I'm not going to lie. You like that better than the voices in my head, though? You're actually probably right. That was good too. Randy Orton had a very good entrance before he went to the voices. But damn, man, I'm sorry. This is my list. I couldn't keep MVP off. I needed to have a black person on there. I told y'all that. Yes, I'm being a little biased. I'm real enough to tell you when I'm being biased. For the most part, I'm never biased. Number 4, it was NWO. I loved NWO's music, their persona, the aura, everything about them on their way to the ring. And they took their damn time getting to the ring. 3 was Edge, 2 was Goldberg. All people that kind of took their time getting to the ring. I like that. Undertaker was it just got stale after so long. To me. But still great. Roman Reigns is number 1 because not only did he take his time getting to the ring, but he almost had like 2 and 3 entrances all at once. You know, first you hear the pyro when he throws up all of his belts. Then he gets to the apron. And he turns around and he throws the ones up and everybody gets ready for that. Then he gets in the ring and he gets his belt from Paul Heyman and he takes all of those belts and he slowly throws them up in the air on beat as always, never off key, always on beat. Sami Zayn, honorary Uce, he's jumping around, throwing his blazer around and shit. He's crunk. He's got the bloodline. The Wise Man, it was just a hell of a faction, y'all. And it was a hell of an entrance. And then he would finally raise those belts up, do it again, and you get more pyro. It's the greatest entrance of all time. I never thought that I'd be saying that, but when I saw it for the very first time in like 2021, 2022, I was watching AEW back then. I hated WWE. Now it's back in vice versa. I'm back on WWE side, and I'm like, screw AEW. It's just not that good. But they're trying to make a comeback, it seems. When I first saw this interest and I saw Paul Heyman doing this shit, looking at Roman Reigns like he was a fucking god, and he was handing him in his belt and he just glazing him, and he's just like, this shit is kind of funny. And I saw him with the God Mode shirt. And the music, when I first heard it, I said, damn, is God about to appear? That's what it felt like. That's what it is. And I see a few people in their comments throwing up the one. So I know some of y'all actually agree with me. I know this top 5 isn't the way y'all probably thought it would be. The Kid Shoots says number 1 Roman Reigns, but Randy Orton burning his light is his number 1 entrance. He also says Shinsuke Nakamura with the live violins is my number 1 entrance of all time. Hey man, Shinsuke is good. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I'm in the gym running about 2 miles a day, that's who I'm running to. That violin playing. For whatever reason, he gets me from 2.8 as far as my speed on the treadmill to 3.5 to 4 to 5. And I'm just literally just running now. Breaking sweat, breaking a big sweat. Shinsuke Nakamura does have a good entrance music, but he ain't got the aura, and you know, he's just okay, so he could make my list. I told you my list consists of you having the good theme song or good interest with that theme song, and you have to look the part. You have to have that aura. They had it. Roman Reigns has the greatest interest of all time. I can tell you right now, I don't think anybody's ever going to top it. I really don't. Whoever came up with it, chef's kiss. It's great. It's everybody. It got everybody's attention. And before the Yeet movement really took off, this is what people were coming to arenas for. So they could see Roman Reigns, so they could see the bloodline, and so they could throw the ones up. They wanted to be there and do that. They couldn't wait for him to grace them with his presence. Now that I'm done with the list, I'm about to wrap this thing up. I want y'all to know that Roman Reigns is returning, and he's going to return as, he's going to kind of have a new identity. Yeah, Roman Reigns is going to be called the OTC 1, or the moniker is going to be Tribal Chief 1 or OTC 1. Whatever that's about, it's going to be some type of new persona of Roman Reigns. Do y'all like that, or do you think they shouldn't mess with anything? Now, I don't think they're going to go back anywhere near the big dog persona or nothing like that, but I just hope that this is for the better. I hope that it's not, I hope we're not finding ourselves saying, no, man, this should just go back to the heel Roman Reigns from 2020 to 2024. And because I don't even really like his interest right now, the babyface interest. It's okay, but it's not the one that I just played you all. So Roman is coming back, and Roman may be coming back as, and he'll still be babyface, I'm sure, because he has to go get Seth Rollins. But as he's coming back, he's going to have a new persona, a new identity, OTC 1. I guess he's still going to be called Roman Reigns, but something about this OTC 1, I don't know where they're going with that or what that means, but that's what I'm hearing. What's up, Eel Chill McGill? I like that. Better than peak 80s Ultimate Warrior? Yes. Ultimate Warrior was cool. And you definitely can work out to his music. But he got to the ring way too fast. Like I said, my best interest is a motherfucker that take their time. I like cool people. And everything about Roman is cool. But good comment, though. And I like your name. Eel Chill McGill. Vince Garcia says TNA Perk Angle was gas. Oh my God. Y'all still calling that man Perk. Y'all ain't got no chill, man. I don't remember Kurt Angle's TNA interest, to be honest with you. Now, Bobby Roode had a good interest in TNA, but not enough to make my top 5 all time. No. But I did like Bobby Roode's entrance. Roman with the ones up always, says Dakota. Yes. Yes. Agreed. And wouldn't it be great if we did see Roman Saturday? How crazy would it be that my number 1 and my number 2 on my top 5 all-time entrances, Goldberg will be there tomorrow night and Roman shows up too tomorrow night? That would be great that my 1 and 2 would be on the show. Again, I want to apologize to Batista. I loved his entrance. Probably should have made the cut. But I had to put MVP on there. And again, Cult of Personality, I love it. And Bianca's music is fire too. I'm just tired of seeing the same old gimmick. The dancing, waving the ponytail. I wish they'll get away from that. That's why I hope she goes heel. Cody's music is good too. It's just, it's not top 5 all time. So again, my apologies to them, Mark Henry, Ric Flair, Trish Stratus, Randy Orton. Those are entrances that are my wild cards. That could have, if I did a top 10, they would be on there. But yeah, my 5 was MVP, 4 NWO, 3 Edge, 2 Goldberg, 1 the Tribal Chief, Roman fucking Reigns. I think he'll be back. And he's coming back as this new whole identity, a different persona as OTC1. That's according to the dirt sheets. And I think that's going to be happening pretty soon. I think. Could be as early as tomorrow night. All right. I think I have pretty much said enough for today. I want to thank Austin and Vince for throwing their ones up in agreement with me. Steel Dre said Eddie Guerrero for honorable mentions for entrance. Yeah, of course. And I just talked about Eddie Guerrero yesterday. I did. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Long live Eddie Guerrero, man. Eddie Guerrero did have a good entrance, but I think the person that tried to kind of emulate Rey Mysterio did it just a little bit better. I liked it, the hoopty, you know what I'm saying, the hydraulics and everything. That was good. But Alberto Del Rio, even though he kind of copied him, he kind of did it a little bit better. He had a fancy ride, coming out in Maybachs and Rolls Royces and shit. You know, scarf around his head, a ring announcer, Alberto. I know y'all hate Del Rio. I get it. The IWC hates him. So I'm going to stop talking about him. Even though y'all can't cancel me, I've already been canceled. I done told y'all that shit. But he did. Del Rio could have made the list too now. He could have made the list too. Because he copied Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, but he did it a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Del Rio was good. He was good for a minute. But anyway, yeah, I'm done. That's it. That's all I got. Evolution Sunday. Good luck if you're watching all of this stuff. AEW All In Saturday afternoon, along with Great American Bash NXT. And then Saturday night's main event Saturday night. Capping it all off Sunday with Evolution 2, all women's PLE in Atlanta, Georgia. That's all I got, y'all. I think Goldberg is going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion for a couple of minutes. And then and then there will be Seth Rollins cashing it in. Let's see if we get it right or wrong. We'll see. Until we eat again. Y'all, I ain't really got anything else. Triple H King of Kings special consideration. I did like King of Kings. I liked it better than no, I didn't. They both were good. But I'm gonna tell you what was better than King of Kings and the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. Those were both good. But I'm gonna tell you what topped both of them. The Evolution thing. The Evolution thing was hard. It just couldn't quite make my top 5 because I didn't want to put NWO on here or Hollywood Hogan because that's not just one superstar. But Evolution the same way. That's not just Triple H. That's Batista. That's Randy Orton. That's Ric Flair. That's Evolution. But yeah, Evolution was hard. That was hard. That dude made great music for the WWE, man. Long live Lebs. Hold on, what's his name again? I think that was not Jim Johnson, but I can't think of his name right now. Leb something. I think that was his name. Man, he made some good stuff. He made some good music. That Evolution was the line in the sand. Yeah. I've seen the line in the sand. time to find out who I am. And then he spits that water out, and Batista's, and Randy Orton just as cool as can be. Man, them dudes was, Evolution was good. Evolution. Don't sleep on them, man. The kid shoots. Don't sleep on that. That was good. He's Raider Drock. What's up, man? He said, my Raiders are cooking up something watching. What they cooking up, man? What are they cooking up? You're going to have the offensive rookie of the year, though, Ashton Genty. But what are y'all cooking up, Raider? Johnny Reynolds, do you think Bill Goldberg's going to win tomorrow? Yes. Johnny Reynolds just got here on the YouTube live stream live. Thank you for coming back, Johnny. Yes, that's what I've been saying here for the past hour and a half. I do think Goldberg is winning. He's in Atlanta, his hometown. When does he ever lose in Atlanta? His first heavyweight championship victory was against Hollywood Hogan in Atlanta. July 98. They just fucked up and did it on Nitro, on Monday Night Nitro instead of a PLE. I mean a pay-per-view. But yes. I think Goldberg is winning. He's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion, only for a couple of minutes. Because then Seth Rollins is going to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase. And he's going to walk out the World Heavyweight Champion if OTC 1 doesn't show up and interfere with all of that. That's how I would book it. But he may not show up until SummerSlam. And if he does, he's going to interfere in Seth Rollins' match versus LA Knight. And LA Knight is going to become the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. And as far as Cody goes, Cody is going to become the WWE Champion again at SummerSlam in a double turn. That's how I'm going to close the show out, y'all. And I know y'all probably didn't heard this already somewhere on the internet, but I am the first one who said it on this podcast. If you subscribe, damn it, you would see it. You gotta subscribe, though. So you can go back and be like, damn, Unc did say that shit. I literally did. It's gonna be a double turn at SummerSlam. Here's how it's gonna go down, and I'll be brief. Okay, we know John Cena shouldn't have turned heel anyway, right? They did this just to try to swerve us, and The Rock and Triple H had their little beef, and he didn't show up, and he might have hurt the storyline, and all of that too, whatever. WWE booking is still bad, and you can't blame TKO or The Rock for that shit right now, okay? Because WrestleMania was like 3 months ago. So, anyway, I digress. John Cena is going to go back babyface before he ends his retirement tour in December, okay? So, with that being said, have a good day. You have a good day too, man. Who's going to win tomorrow in Saturday night's main event? Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre? I'm going with Drew McIntyre. He just got back. Orton needs to lose some type of way to get pissed off more and more to make that heel turn. Jimmy Uso's fighting. I don't think he is fighting. Not this weekend. Anyway, unless they add, again, SmackDown, they will add another match or two for tomorrow night's Saturday night main event card. Yeah, it probably could be Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu versus Solo and I don't know which one it'll be. JC Mateo, who's trash, or maybe Tala Tonga, or Hikalea, or whatever they call them these days. I don't know. But anyway, Cena's gonna be babyface before he retires completely, and I think they're gonna go ahead and start that now because they want you to have half a year where he was heel and another half of the year to finish the second half of the year where he's babyface. They should have done it in the first place. They got booked into a corner, or they tried to just swerve us and prove us wrong and didn't know where they were going after that. So I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say that John Cena, between now and SummerSlam, John Cena may see the error of his ways, and he may realize that this is not what he should be doing. I don't know if it's going to be Ron Killings that's going to finally beat some sense into him or show him that he's been doing the wrong thing for the past few months. Where the hell is Ron Killings at, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, that's Triple H again. Here, Io Sky, be the World Women's Champion. and I'm going to do nothing with your ass until I take it off of you. But I gave the people what they want. Are y'all happy now? Nobody wanted to see R-Truth fired or released. All right, damn, bring R-Truth back, and I'm going to do absolutely nothing with him. But I brought him back. Are you happy now? That's Triple H. That's the asshole he's become in his booking. And he doesn't like for us, people who aren't real on the internet, to hijack his booking. That's what he calls it. So I'm trying to give you the explanation on why he does some of the things he does, but he ends up booking himself into a corner because it doesn't make any damn sense. Somebody is going to show John Cena or help him see the light, and he's going to go back babyface. We could see The Rock show back up. The final boss may return at SummerSlam. He may not come back until then, if he's ever coming back at all, but I think he should come back because, well, you could say that, hey, The Rock had nothing to do with Cena's heel turn, even though he did do this before Cena, you know, kicked Cody in the you-know-what and all of that and became the champion at Elimination Chamber, which is the way WrestleMania should have ended. But The Rock didn't like this shit and he didn't want any parts of it. He wanted Cody to turn heel. Well, somebody must have still agreed with it because even though at that time they didn't do it, Triple H suggested, how about Cena do it? Bad move. Didn't like it at all, Triple H. I like Rock's idea better. I'm sorry. And I think they're about to go with The Rock's move now. The Rock comes back, the final boss, and either after John Cena loses to Cody Rhodes, he comes out and attacks Cena, saying that you failed me or you didn't do this shit right or something like that. And either before the match ends or after the match ends, maybe Cody gets that possessed look on his face. And we see the double turn where Cody goes heel, Cena goes back babyface. The Rock and Cody are already buddies. They've kind of let us know that. And I think The Rock just wanted to just stay out of the way until they finish that shit. And he doesn't want to come back until they do it the way he wanted it to be done. And that's Cody getting all the finer things in life because The Rock can provide that for him now that he's sold his soul. I think he will give The Rock his soul finally. Cody is heel. John Cena's back babyface. Everything is everything. All is well. Will there be some kids upset? Yeah. But the good thing is you get to cheer for Cena again. Yeah, you're going to boo Cody now, but you get to cheer for Cena. Cody and The Rock are going to walk away from SummerSlam. I don't know what they'll throw up. You know, The Rock has been throwing up L's instead of ones. But they will get the last laugh as they walk up that ramp, and John Cena will once again be looking back. No, John Cena will be on the ramp like he was at WrestleMania 28. Looking back at that shit like, damn, I just got screwed here and I just lost. The same way he looked after he lost to The Rock the first time at WrestleMania, and he was sitting on that ramp looking in disbelief. Cena's going back babyface. So now from August to December, you get you get the proper send-off for John Cena as a babyface. And Cody Rhodes finally goes heel. Cody Rhodes has actually been teasing this for a while now. But when he said it, I'm going to tell you why I know it's happening. When he said it, he said that it'll be a couple of years down the road, but The Rock sees something in me, and I don't know what that is, but The Rock is a very wise man. So, I don't know. We'll see then. Why would he say a couple years down the road? Because he really meant a couple months down the road. See, this is where the WWE fucks up. They always tell you something right before they do something so you can think something totally opposite. But smart people know, why the fuck would you tell me that if you're really going to do that? No. It's just like when they said Drew McIntyre in the dirt sheets wasn't coming back anytime soon. I said, y'all, he's coming back immediately. He showed up the next week on SmackDown. And it was the taping, so nobody thought it was going to happen because they taped that SmackDown for the 4th of July episode. Every time they say something, it's going to be the complete opposite. So if Cody Rhodes is teasing a heel turn, saying that people will get tired of this Cody at some point. According to the internet, they're already tired of it. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, that's probably a couple of years down the road. He said 2 or 3 years. Bullshit. I wouldn't be surprised if right now at SummerSlam, Cody goes heel, thanks to the final boss. Somehow, somewhere they screw Cena. Cena loses. Now Cena sees his ways. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I've got my karma. I apologize to the fans. He'll do it on Raw. He'll do it on SmackDown. Everybody's going to forgive him because that's not the way they wanted to see him anyway as a heel. We wanted that 12 years ago. Not now. And they realized they fucked up. That's why they're trying to fix this stuff quickly. Seth Rollins and his faction turn, that heel turn with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, that shouldn't have happened. But I predicted that it would happen because nobody else thought it would. And that's what Triple H does. He has these industry plants on the internet and the IWC watching what everybody's saying. And once he's got 90% of the verdict, he says, all right, we're going to switch it up. And that's the swerve. But he doesn't have any idea what he's going to do after that. So that's why the heel turn or that moment looks so good and it goes viral, but then they don't know what to do after that. That's what I get from it. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say, and I'm going to leave it alone. Cena's going back babyface. Cody's going heel. SummerSlam. Book it. You heard it here first. Roman Reigns will show up and interfere in Seth Rollins' match versus LA Knight. LA Knight's the new World Heavyweight Champion. So that's going to be 2 major things. LA Knight is actually a world fucking champion. Thanks to Roman Reigns. And I know that's fucked up that Seth Rollins is only going to have the belt for like 3 weeks, but that's how I see it. This is why I told y'all they shouldn't have put the briefcase in his hand. He didn't need it. He didn't need it. But now that he has it and Goldberg is back, I don't see why Goldberg loses. He wins. Seth cashes in. LA Knight and Seth has still got a beef. LA Knight says, I want you and I want that title. They build it for the next couple of weeks continuously, and then Roman comes and fucks all that up. Now, Roman could come back tomorrow night. That was my first prediction, but if Seth is going to win a title, I don't understand why Roman needs to come back. Roman doesn't need to come back until he fucks Seth Rollins up out of an opportunity. Don't let him win a title and then show up. I think he waits until SummerSlam probably. And maybe they're doing the movie already. I thought that he was going to come back and then leave immediately because he has to do that Street Warriors movie that they're in. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're doing it right now. And maybe they'll be wrapping it up around SummerSlam. I'm not sure. But that's my take. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope y'all agree. If you disagree, that's okay too. We can agree to disagree. But let me know in the comments how you see it. Your top 5 entrances, wrestling entrances of all time. Who is it? Who do you have? I would love to hear it. Jimmy Uso. Oh, I read that already. Jimmy Uso fighting Solo at Saturday night's main event. Nick Aldis made it official. Oh, see, that's another thing I hate. How am I supposed to know that? Johnny just gave me the scoop, and I thank you for that information, Johnny. Jimmy Uso is going to fight Solo at Saturday night's main event. Why? Why? Didn't we just have Jimmy and Fatu tag team or something like that versus Solo and Jay-Z? I mean, why? I told you it was going to be probably Fatu or somebody, but it's actually Jimmy Uso and Solo. Okay. And it'll probably be for the United States Championship too, right? And we know damn well Solo's not losing it. But anyway, Nick Aldis just made it official on Twitter. Who the fuck follows you on Twitter? Everybody then keep up with that on Twitter. That's what I hate about Triple H and his contradicting ass. One minute he says that the people on the internet don't even exist. That's not real. But yet you book a match for Saturday night's main event to a bunch of people that's not real? Okay. Make that make sense, Paul Levesque. Get rid of them. I hope those rumors are true. I know people don't like Vince Russo these days, but Vince Russo heard from a grapevine, he heard from a little birdie, that if The Rock wanted to get Triple H out of there, he could. Because he's got power now that he's a member of the board with TKO. I kind of hope he doesn't. Because The Rock, the final boss, makes more sense being on television as the new Vince McMahon, screwing all the baby faces out of title matches and stuff like that. And then at some point, Empire Strikes Back. You get your last laugh, you finish your story, you have your Cody moment, or somebody gets their moment and screws over the final boss and whoever his faction is that's running shit. That's how it should go down. If I was booking it, that's how it would be. Triple H is not on television every week. Now, we still see him more than I would like to see him, but he's doing it differently. And that's because he's supposed to be babyface now. I don't like it. I don't need to see you come out and say, "Are you ready?" I don't need you to come out to hype the crowd. I don't need to see you. If you're not going to be on TV full time like Vince McMahon used to do it during the Attitude Era. And that's why Vince McMahon is still the GOAT. I don't give a damn how sick of a human being he may be. Don't cancel me, I'm already canceled. So that's my thought on SummerSlam and Cody Rhodes. I think he goes heel. I think the final boss helps him do that. And since he's got so much heat anyway, then this will be good. But you're going to have to give Cody heat too, because that's why he's coming back. And I think Cena goes back babyface. It's the perfect opportunity to do so. I thought that they were going to wait till later on, maybe like October, November before they do it, but nah. Nah, they're about to go ahead and switch that up right now. So anyway, that's it for me. Vince Garcia says honorable mentions gotta be Eddie, Hardy, Mysterio, and Van Dam. Rob Van Dam entrance as a top 5? Okay. Rey Mysterio, no. Jeff Hardy, his music was okay. Yeah, don't you see the writings on the wall? Yeah, that was cool. His shit was cool. I'll give you him for an honorable mention. And Eddie. But you lost me with Mysterio and Van Dam, Vince. I'm sorry. Gotta agree to disagree on that one. And Steel Dre also said Eddie Guerrero for an honorable mention. Il Chill said, who had a more memorable going to the in-ring entrance, Ultimate Warrior or Roman Reigns? Memorable is Roman Reigns. Do you remember The Rock playing the guitar as his WWE Rock concerts? Yes, he just recently done that last year in Memphis. Just did it during the build to WrestleMania 40. You know, the good one, the last good WrestleMania that we had, because everybody knows 41 was trash. But yeah, Dre. Yeah, I definitely remember that. Good shit. And that's why The Rock is my wild card. The final boss entrance, yeah, it's up there. It's damn near a one-on-one. But Roman is a one-on-one. Oten in the building said, are you a Niners fan in Memphis? My in-laws are from Cordova. I need some Tops Barbecue and X-Line Pizza. I couldn't tell you about either one. But yeah, Tops is the shit out here. No doubt about that, Oten. Yes, I am a Niners fan in Memphis. That's what's up. That's what's up. He definitely knows what he's talking about. His in-laws are in Cordova. That's what's up. Thank you for the comment, Oden. Bang, bang. I genuinely believe Roman should have beaten Cody. He should still be champ today, says Vince Garcia. And I couldn't agree with you more, buddy. But they just had to finish the story, because had they not done it at WrestleMania 40, man, it would have been a shit show. It would have been an absolute circus, and they might have really would have. It probably really would have been a riot. So they had to do it. But I gotta tell you, you saw the footage, you saw the documentary or whatever that was that they put together when Triple H is admitting that he had already told Cody that it was gonna be Rock versus Roman, once in a lifetime match. And they had already kind of broke it down to Cody that, hate to break it to you, but you're not gonna win the championship just yet. Maybe they were going to give him the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, or maybe they were going to wait till SummerSlam to give Cody his moment, because they were really pushing for Roman. And I'm going to tell you, Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania 40, that was going to happen because they wanted Roman to break Hulk Hogan's streak. And I wanted that so badly too. Oh, God, that I wanted so badly. Then I wouldn't have gave a fuck when Roman lost. But then, You got to think the Cody crybabies. If you want to blame somebody, Vince, you got to blame the Cody crybabies. Because they're the reason why they had to just say, fuck it, let's change it. And that's what The Rock decided to do. Triple H was still like, screw him. Because he doesn't like for the fans to hijack the booking. But The Rock said, nah, let's give them what they want. And let's do it like this. I'll go heel, I'll play the final boss, and I'll just side with Roman and try to make Cody's life a living hell. And then finally he does get what everybody wants, finishing the story, becoming the WWE champion. And that's how they did it. They did it right, but I just wish that could have been a little bit later on that year. That way Roman would have broke Hogan's record. That was the plan, I'm telling you. Because if not, Cody could have lost at WrestleMania 39. I mean, he could have won at WrestleMania 39. He didn't because they wanted him to extend that streak to 1,000 days. Then when they got to 1,000, they said, all right, man, we done got this close. We might as well break Hogan's streak. Because they've been trying to erase a lot of these people, you know, from the old school out of WWE, you know, history. This is some TKO shit. They don't even want you to mention Vince McMahon anymore. They don't want you to mention Hogan. They wanted Hogan's streak erased or broken, and I did too, because I've always hated Hogan. But except for Hollywood Hogan. So, yeah, that's what that was. But I agree with you, Vince. Great comment. Roman still should have been the champion, though. But, man, it probably would have been bad because people were starting to get a little Roman fatigue. But as I was telling people, me and Terrence was telling people on this show, you're saying you don't want Roman now, but as soon as he goes away, you're going to start wanting him back. And he wasn't gone 3 weeks before they started cutting Paul Heyman off during his promo saying, we want Roman. And that's why people say wrestling fans are so fickle. That's why Vince never gave a shit about what we wanted, because he didn't think we really knew what we wanted. And I gotta admit, to a certain extent, he was kind of right. Good comments, though, y'all. I could talk wrestling all day long, as well as football. And next week, that's what we're going to come back here and do. Talk football, football, football. And I got a lot of comments, too, man, so I'm not the only person that still watches wrestling. I know a lot of people be like, man, you talking about wrestling, man, that shit lame. What you talking about a bunch of men in whitey tighties for? Man, let me do me. And you do you. You'd be surprised at the comments, though, you get in here. Thank y'all for hitting the like button on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up to James in the building saying hi? What's up to The Lasher in the building? Nothing to say, but thank you for joining. What's up, Zaza? Zaza said, Lords of Wrestling this week. I'm going to watch All In and watch Great American Bash later on. Okay. That's a wrestling fan right there, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. I may try to do it, but I don't know. Vince said Booker T interest was great. Yeah, it was. It was. Sucker. What else am I missing here? Eddie Guerrero giving the Big Show that burrito with the laxative legendary. Yeah, man, long live Eddie. A lot of Guerrero fans in here. I love it. Zaza, Motorhead. That's what I was trying to say. Motorhead. Evolution. Motorhead got it going on, man. I love that shit. Y'all can't work out to the Evolution? Vince, Lemmy. Okay. Ted DiBiase, money interest was pretty good with his laugh. It was. And he was right about one thing. Everybody does have a price. Shawn Michaels and Booker T had goated entrances, says Vince. They did. I wouldn't say goated, but yeah, I loved HBK. I did. I just can't put it in my top 5 now. He would have been in my top 5 in the 2000s, but not now. Just not now. If you notice, like MVP, 2007 when he first came around, something like that, 06, 07. Edge really made a name for himself after 05, 06. Roman Reigns just made a name for himself in 2020, in my opinion, which says a lot. In that 4-year run, he's got me going from like worst to first with him. So the only old school I had on the list was Goldberg and NWO. I don't know what to say. But y'all are right. These are all good comments, though. I love Shawn Michaels. His was more goated than Booker T's, in my opinion. Sucker. Uso says, can I join? Damn, how long did you say that, man? He might not even be in here anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't see that, buddy. What do you want to talk about, Uso? Cleveland Hoops House. If I'm trying to get back into WWE for the first time since 2019, what should I know? You should know that you missed 4 pretty decent years, or at least 2 good years from 22 to 24, and now it's stale again. So I would say just continue as you were. Cleveland Hoops, in my opinion, I wouldn't come back. Not just right now. This is the senior citizens retirement tour year in 2025 for whatever reason. You got Cena back as a champion, Nikki Bella's back, Trish Stratus keeps coming in and out. Goldberg is back. He's got a title match tomorrow night. This might not be the best time for you to come back. We were just saying wrestling is cool again 3 years ago. And now, just like that, we're saying, wrestling is kind of getting stale again. Because they're holding it up. They're holding it hostage with people like Seth Rollins and Cena being the champion. Cerro Mero. I like that. From, I can't see that. Elsie? Meadow 562. Thank you for the comment. Apple user says, when are they ever going to do a cash in where the place doesn't take place in the ring? Oh, that would be very, very good. Good comment there, Apple. So you're talking about something similar to those 24/7 matches that they would have. That's what I think that's what you're saying. The 24/7 championship where you could just be in the back and just catch them slipping, hit them with something, got a referee with you, pin. 1, 2, 3. I'm the new 24/7 champ. They used to do that with the hardcore championship back in the Attitude Era. That's what you're speaking of. Something similar to that. I'm not opposed to that at all. Jackson in the building says, hey man, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining the Great Debate Show. Match doesn't take place in the ring. Yeah, I like that. And I think they should do that at some point. You know what? It wouldn't be a bad idea if Gunther was the heavyweight champion or somebody and they're having a nice big steak dinner. And they pay a pretty good amount of money to trash that damn restaurant, at least one area. And, you know, he just comes over there and flips the table over, throws some wine in his face or some shit like that, or a shot. His eyes is burning. He can't see the champion. He hits him with a finisher. He's got a live ref with him. I'm cashing the money in the bank in. Right now, here at the restaurant? Yeah, at the restaurant while he's having dinner. 1, 2, 3 in the restaurant or at a bar. Remember how APA, the Acolytes, always used to have these segments where they would be having some shots, some beers, just throwing back the beers. Ron Simmons and JBL. Man, them were the good old days. We'd be in the ring wrestling, and then they take you to a bar where APA is about to whoop some ass. They don't leave the ring enough. They don't leave the arena enough. So I agree with that comment, Apple. Very good one. They should give you Triple H's job. Okay. Electomato 562 says right, and he says I agree. Yes. Is Zilla coming to WWE? I actually think he is. I can't really see your profile too good here. I thought you was Zilla. To be honest with you, you kind of look like one of the Fatus over there. But that's a small picture. I'm not trying to offend you either, but I thought I'm like, damn, is this Zilla? But yeah, man, Zilla's coming back. I think whenever they get to do Roman, maybe helping Jacob Fatu or something like that, then that's when he'll come back. Or he'll just come now and help Jacob Fatu, period. Zilla, and there's also Lance Anoa'i, however you say their last name, and Zilla Fatu are the next two that could be coming up. And I think they'll be baby faces, obviously, since Hikuleo and all of those have came back as heels to be on Solo's side. Y'all, I'm so impressed with the comments, man. Y'all, I didn't even know y'all really fuck with wrestling like this. So I'm glad I did decide to come in and do this show today. Vince said, I think it's going to be a mix of the endings. Hogan versus Rock, WrestleMania 18. and Austin versus Rock at WrestleMania 17. Now you think what's gonna be a mix? Saturday Night's Main Event or SummerSlam? What do you think is gonna be a mix of those endings? Hogan and Rock was good. It was. Austin and Rock at 17. 15 was better. The Rock really should have won that match. 17 he lost to, and finally he won in 19. I didn't like that. Stone Cold should have put The Rock over more than once. But they say he really didn't like putting anybody over, so. I remember hearing The Godfather in an interview a few weeks ago saying that when Stone Cold first got the WWE, he was like, let's do a match. Because, you know, he thought that he was all right, but he'd be like, nah. He's like, damn, you won't let me win? I mean, you just got here. Godfather was winning matches at that time. This is the mid-90s. And Stone Cold said, nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. There ain't no racist shit or nothing. It's just I didn't come here to lose to nobody. He was coming in already pissed off at WCW, and he was pissed off at WCW, and he wouldn't let him win. But I still think it had to be some form of racism because, damn, you had to let Bret Hart beat your ass at WrestleMania 13. So why couldn't Godfather had a guy to win? And this was before he was Godfather. This is when he was Papa Shank or Papa something, I don't know. Shout out to Godfather. He was in a car accident not too long ago, and he came out of it unscathed. Not even a scratch. Car damn near total. Nothing happened to him. Blessings to the Godfather. He and Undertaker are really, really good close friends. I check out their podcast every now and then. Maybe he messes up Seth's cash-in attempt. You speaking of Roman? That's what I predicted at first. But I can't see if he messes up. This is why I changed my mind with my prediction. If Roman shows up tomorrow night and screws Seth Rollins from the cash-in, then maybe they do that and Seth keeps the briefcase, or they let him. I would let him cash it in and then fuck it up so where he can't even win. And now he doesn't have his title. He didn't get the title, and he doesn't have the briefcase anymore. That's how I would do it. But if they done that, though, Apple user, then Goldberg would have to have another match. And that's the part where I'm like, no, he's got to get it cashed in on. He'll win, but he'll get it cashed in on immediately because we don't even want to see him in this one match. Damn sure we don't. We damn sure don't want to see him in a second match, which would probably be SummerSlam. And I don't want that at all. I don't think any of us does. But he definitely should mess up his cash in. That's why I'm all over the place with this shit, because Apple user, to be honest with you, I don't think they fucking know. I really don't. I think they're just watching the internet. They're watching the IWC, and whatever sounds the best to them, they're going to steal it or they're going to swerve it. So it won't be what the majority of people on the IWC is saying. That's what I think. And he needs to stop that shit. That's why Triple H has got to go. Come on, Rock, please, come get rid of him. Take over and be the new Vince McMahon. I think you'll do a great job. Who else is excited for Logan Paul and Jelly Roll program? Woo, says Max. I don't know nothing about Logan Paul and Jelly Roll program. I did hear Jelly Roll was coming back. He was going to be at SummerSlam, and he has been training for a match. So they replaced Travis Scott with Jelly Roll. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm sorry. I ain't really impressed. I'm just not. His music is all right, but I ain't impressed with seeing Jelly Roll in no damn match. So that's what they're going to do? Put him in a program with Logan Paul? I like Logan Paul, though. He's all right. Where the hell has he been, though? Remember, they used him to tag team with Cena at, was it Money in the Bank? That was supposed to be Travis Scott. And I guess they just got tired of hearing all of the criticism, and they just left him alone. Which is a good idea, but bringing Jelly Roll isn't making it any better. Is that the best they can do with Logan Paul? Put him in the ring with another celebrity, with an artist, with a music artist? That's the nostalgia shit that they do, though. I didn't know about that, Max. And I gotta say, I'm not too excited for it. He also says TKO and Samoan mind control combo has been lethal for Triple H. So you think it's TKO that loves the Samoans so much? while they get the push that they get. Some people just think that the Samoans are just that much better and entertaining. And that could be the case too, but either way, I think some people are getting bloodline fatigue or Samoan fatigue. Some people. And my only, I like it, but my only beef with it is that they're playing us. And that's what some black people are getting sick of. How does the WWE love the black culture so much? They love it so much, we can tell, because they use us for our music. Travis Scott, you hear him every Monday night. Megan Thee Stallion and her music on Friday Night SmackDown. You get all of these black superstars and artists that show up. How many times have Snoop Dogg been there? Diddy has been there before. It's just black culture after black culture when it comes to that. But when it comes to the actual talent and the matches and the superstars is going to get pushed, they just let the Samoans cosplay the black culture. And that's the shit that kind of gets on our nerves. It's not anybody playing the race card or anything. Just if they stop playing the race card, so will we. But yeah, I don't know, man. If TKO was the reason for that, then you know that's The Rock. That's The Rock telling this boy, whatever his name is, Emmanuel, whatever. He's telling him, hey man, do this, do that. I don't know. But I would like to think, and I was told that The Rock has nothing to do with the booking at all. And I don't think he does until he comes back and says, how are we going to do this to where we all kind of look good here at the end of the day? Jericho, WWF, break the wall down. Yeah, but I got to tell you something. Break the wall down is not better than Judas. Not that I ever had a problem with Break the Wall Down, Jericho, but Judas, he had motherfuckers singing that shit for 3 years. I gotta give Jericho his credit, even though I'm glad that he's off television now these days. He finally will, but that Judas shit is fire. It's fire. Go back and look at his AEW entrance versus Jon Moxley when he lost the title. Go back and look at that performance, that the choir. Once again, a black lady singing in the choir. They love our culture. They just don't want to use us in the ring. But no, the WWE is not racist at all. Or wrestling as a whole. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to botch your name. Malamonte Merlin says Missouri got the best barbecue in my opinion. I've heard that. I have heard that. I have heard that. In my truck driving days, I actually, before I got on a healthy diet or whatever, or somewhat kind of healthy, I tried it a few times, or once maybe in Missouri. I was like, yeah, I can't really tell the difference. When I was on the road, I was in Missouri a lot, so you're actually not wrong. Star Fox 84 says Roman needed that break, well deserved, had the company on his back. He sure in the fuck did. But he's been gone too long, though. And I'm not trying to complain about it because he deserves it. He really does. As you just said. And I try not to complain about it because nobody complained about Brock Lesnar when he was doing it. But, man, TV would be a lot better in wrestling, though, if he could be back a little more than what he is now, though. Everything is just jobber. Visca in the building. Visca Barker says Big Jim better win tomorrow. He probably will. I don't like y'all. I don't like them making that match without us knowing. Like, y'all are having to tell me that on the internet. Y'all are telling me that during a live stream. I should have already knew that. But I didn't because he just decided to tweet it and say it's official. And so it won't be a surprise tonight on SmackDown either because he's already put it out there. I don't like that social media stuff they do. They've got to stop assuming that everybody keeps up and follows them on there. They've got to stop doing that. AEW too if they do it. Hey, yo, what's up? Happy. Hey, yo, what's up? Happy. I stumbled across this. Love WWE and the 49ers. That is coming from 49er Fan 23. Thank you. I hope you follow and subscribe to the Great Debate Show on YouTube. Thank you so much for the comment. Yes, I do WWE talk. I do 49er talk. I do all sports talks. JD, You made my day. Thank you. Mr. Reenactment in the building says Rams Nation. Big Jim better win tomorrow. OJ, didn't Roman wife just have a baby? Yeah, sure did. Which is another reason why he might not come back tomorrow night. He may just wait until SummerSlam. Yeah, they said Roman Reigns just had his 6th child that he welcomed into the world. Yeah. And they say Jacob Fatu's got like 3 kids. Jimmy and Jay, Jimmy doesn't have any yet. But Naomi's going to win this championship belt when she cashes in on Jade. She's going to lose it eventually. And she's going to retire. And she's going to be a mother. She's already kind of said that in some comments that was made in an interview a while back. So Jimmy's probably the only one that doesn't have kids. Roman's got 6. Solo's got 4. Jay's got 3. I forgot who it was. I just saw this on something else later. Anyway, the Anoa'i family, the Samoans, they pull-out game is pretty weak. But again, these are their wives, so I'm just being funny. But yeah, they all have more than 2 kids. All of them, except for Big Jim. Now, Jimmy does have kids, just not by Naomi. So that's what's gonna happen when this whole thing, when she ends it. Y'all, I've been here over 2 fucking hours. I gotta pay some bills. It's getting late. I thank y'all for joining me. Thank you so much. I couldn't even believe that y'all stuck in here with me this long. Usually when I go to wrestling, everybody starts leaving. YouTube, I ain't got anybody in here right now, but they have been coming in and dropping that like button for me. I appreciate it. They listen very well over there on YouTube. Thank you so much. Even if they didn't like the content, they still gave me a like and got on down. I appreciate that. If I'm ever doing that on TikTok and you don't like it, still give me the like or share the live stream before you sign off. What's up, Julian? He said 49ers go. Polo Serena in the building. Welcome back, Polos. He said Solo got 2 to 3. Yep. Oh, they all got some babies now. And they all have them by black women. Let me add that too. Not trying to make this a race thing, but once again, everybody loves the black culture. And then it gets to a certain extent. They only like it to a certain extent. And they say, well, all right. Yeah, we want you to play like black people, cosplay them, but we're going to let you all do it. Forget Montez Ford. We don't need him to do it. We're going to let you do it, Jey Uso. I don't think that these black wrestlers don't have the aura. I don't think that's what it is. Carmelo Hayes has aura. Montez Ford has aura. And their skill. They have what it takes. Triple H, what the fuck are you waiting on? People are getting Samoan fatigue now. I like them. I'm not really the one to say that. My only beef with it is that they look just like us. To the point that where people do think that some of them are us and they're not. Just because The Rock's dad was black doesn't make the whole damn bloodline black. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. I know Paul Mooney said that Samoans ain't nothing but Samoan ninjas. But that was just a joke. They're really still not us. I'm sorry, they're just not. They're just all married to black women. I don't understand why they don't push Montez Ford, Carmelo Hayes. Where the hell is Ron Killings right now? I don't understand any of that. I don't. And that's my only beef, because I love those Samoans. I love them. They're cool. They're not the best in the ring, but I don't care about matches. They can do promos, they got that swag, and they make the shit look good. So I give them the credit. Ain't no hate here. But they're still cosplaying us. And I just feel like, why don't y'all just let us play us? That's my problem with the WWE. Okay, y'all, I'm about to sign off. I do wish they give Montez Ford a push. Agreed, OJ. Melo has underachieved significantly compared to his peers. It's ridiculous how they present him, says Max. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm glad y'all see this my way. I'm so surprised, but I'm glad. Thank you, OJ, for that comment. I don't like how they treated Bobby Lashley. Me either. Now, I'm going to say this. Bobby Lashley's trash in the ring. I'm not going to take up for him just because he's black. He's trash. But he looks good. He can wear a suit. He can do a promo. And you can figure out ways to make him look good in the ring. You don't have to be a great wrestler. Goldberg wasn't a great wrestler. So you can do it. This is why black people are like, come on, y'all, stop doing us like this. We spend money too, damn it. Look at all of this. They didn't deliver this shit to me for free. I paid for this shit. Give me what I want. Every now and then. Is that too much to ask for? You've had 40, 50 years of doing it your way. Can we get a little shine? Thank y'all for agreeing with me too. Thank you. Have a good day, brother. You too, man. Big Nasty. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yes, that's right. Janae. So in Janae in the building. Thank you for watching and liking the video. Y'all got to follow her too, man. She's a nail tech. And she's a really good one. Okay. I'm out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for liking and sharing this live stream. Thank you so much. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you're watching AEW and WWE, please enjoy. But try not to get too much wrestling fatigue, because that's a lot of wrestling to watch in 2 days. It really is. A lot of wrestling in 1 day tomorrow. But I hope y'all enjoy it. Vince Garcia said, what do you think about Jacob Fatu dropping the N-word a few times in his most recent song? That's what I forgot to mention. See, even he thinks he's black. Yeah, some song he did, he dropped the N-word I don't know how many times. He's gotten in a little trouble for it, I hear, but you won't see it on television. They might have just fined him with some shit like that. They don't really care either. They're just being politically correct like the WWE always will do. But yeah, I thank you for reminding me about that, Vince Garcia. He follows me on both. He said that Jacob Fatu was using the N-word in a song that he dropped. I think he was paying homage to Rikishi or something. I'm not sure what that song was about or why he did it. But yeah, he just used that word 2 or 3 times in that song loosely, as if he was Lil Baby or Drake. You know? Just dropping it like nothing. Now, I don't think any of us should be using the word. Let me say that. I'm not the type to say only we can say it. We shouldn't say it either. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But there are black people that can give you the history of it and make it sound cool, because it is unique, and that's what we are. We're cool. That's why everybody wants to be us, but they don't want to wake up and actually be us one day. I'm sorry, but that's just true. For a lot of people. I've heard people even admit that. Because they understand the white privilege that they do get at times. I've had a white person tell me, a dear good white friend of mine has told me, I would be lying to you, brother, if I told you that white privilege didn't exist. And even though you're one of my best friends, I probably would shit a brick if I woke up black one day. He admitted that to me because he knows how effed up it can be out here. And I ain't trying to make this about race or none of that, but I'm just trying to let y'all know I love all. I do. But as a black person that watches wrestling, they could do us better than what they do to us. And Jacob Fatu, stop using the N-word so damn. Stop using the N-word. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, they not like us. They cool, but they still not us. Why does the WWE try to make them, why do they let them cosplay us? Just let Carmelo Hayes be us. Nobody can do it better than us. You know? Damn. Is that too much to ask for? Thank you again, though, for that comment, Vince. I needed to say that. Thank you. That's very fitting for what I was talking about. Okay, y'all, I'm finna get out of here. Do you think that Josh Jacobs will stay with the Packers for a while? I don't know about a while, but I know they better use the shit out of him this year. And play action needs to work a lot better. But yeah, maybe he'll be there for a little while. Maybe he will. Good comment, username. Okay, DJ28 also here. What's good, Unc? Says Big Nasty. Man, I can't call it, man. Just another fantastic Friday. I said his name already before. I keep saying it wrong, though. Elect Romy 562 says, I'm following, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you. And you have a good day as well. Okay, y'all. Until we meet again, I hope y'all have a great wrestling weekend. AEW versus WWE. Which one are you watching? Whose side are you on? And if you're watching both, please come back in here Monday and tell me which one was better. I may do a live show after Saturday night's main event, depending on what happens. If it's all predictable bullshit that we knew was going to happen, I'll talk about it on Monday. But if it's some big major shit and like Roman Reigns returning or whatever, yeah, I'll be here immediately after the show. But if not, we'll talk about it on Monday. To anybody that watches both, I would like for y'all to come back and join me and tell me which one you thought was better, who put the best show together without being biased. I know a lot of AEW fans can be biased. Just keep it a buck. Okay? Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm out of here. Y'all be safe. Have a great, safe weekend. Yeet. I'm out. Thank you for following, man. I really do appreciate y'all.